All right. Good evening, old school Texas Tech. We are going to make our prediction for Colorado at Texas Tech Saturday. It's the afternoon kickoff. But they call it Big Noon. The Fox, like the Fox equivalent of game day, right? Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Although our game's at 3 o'clock, it's not at noon, but I think that's where the big noon kickoff starts. Yeah.
So like mid afternoon kick.
Yep.
Um, so what do you think is going to happen? Who's going to win? What do you think are going to be some of the surprising things about the game, or what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I mean, I've been wrong the last 3 weeks. So I picked two wins and we lost both, and then I picked a loss and we won. So I should go ahead and pick a loss again to just to see if it'll hold true. But no, I think we're in for a shootout. They really showed a lot against Iowa State. I feel like Iowa State was kind of fading a little bit. They didn't look great in their last couple of games. We really took advantage. I thought those guys showed a lot of heart. I was really surprised that old Joey at the end, what he said, he was really calling out the fan base, because I know some of us have been really giving them hell on the message boards and the different Facebook groups. So
Yeah, I took it a little bit as not like a heavy criticism, but kind of a shot across the bow. That we're not
yeah,
making.
well, and I look at it this way too. Every fan base deals with the same thing, but it's like this is why you guys get paid the big bucks too. You make $3 or $4 million
Yeah.
a year. Hey, you know what? There's going to be criticism lobbed your way, but it was a big win. And I know we're in the month of November, where historically Joey McGuire has looked pretty good, and this seems to be his best month. So I think that's going to carry over. So what do I think? I think Saturday's game against Colorado is going to be one. I think our guys are going to be motivated. They're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed off. They're going to look at it and say, hey, we lost a couple games we shouldn't. I hope they didn't leave it all out on the field against Iowa State, saying, hey, we just beat an undefeated team and now they come out flat. I think we're going to see a 42-38 type score with Tech winning late, but I think it's going to be a seesaw battle pretty much all the whole time. You know what's going to remind me of? I think like Texas Tech versus Texas in 2002, if you remember that game.
That was a great game.
One
Yeah,
of the
who
best
was
games.
that?
One of the
South
best games.
Windsor.
Yeah, one of the best games I've ever seen in person.
Yeah.
Obviously, great result, but I could see something like that where both defenses, I think, are going to not do a whole lot in this one. And I could even see them jumping out 14-17 to nothing, and then us kind of chipping away at it and staying close and then coming in the second half. But I see 42-38 Tech.
All right. Yeah, I would love it if your prediction is correct. I hope to be wrong. I actually predict a very similar type game. One of my big concerns is we are so beat up on defense. I mean, like due to Banks being out on the defensive line. We've got another week of players being questionable. They've obviously got a Heisman Trophy candidate. They've got a first round draft pick at quarterback. I think we're really good on offense too. We've got an average offensive line, but I like the way that we're utilizing our tight ends, and I think that's helping to mitigate that a little bit. Taj Brooks, obviously amazing. I think we should be running the ball. We should run the ball more than we did last week. But I'm not I'm not like on the fired Kidley bandwagon or anything like that. I think that Tech's best chance to win is going to be to kind of stay in that hand it to Taj, play action pass. I think we're taking a few too many shots down the field, but I'm a teacher and he's an offensive coordinator, so maybe he knows a little bit more than me. I got this game going 38-34 Buffs. I just think they have a little bit too much juice, especially with our injuries on defense. But I would love to be wrong. Joey called out the Tech fan base a little bit. It was subtle. It wasn't like anything too crazy, and I think he made a fair point. And so, if we do win this game, in my opinion, it will have a lot to do with Taj Brooks, and it'll have a lot to do with the home field advantage. And I'd love to see Baron Morton have another great game where, he's the his touchdown to interception ratio in its totality for the season is really impressive.
I agree.
I got
Where's Colorado ranked on defense? I don't remember. I saw them a couple times this year early on. They didn't look that great, but they've gotten better. So I think
yeah,
Taj can, if they give him 25 to 30 touches, he might be able to shorten the game for us.
Yeah, I think they're ranked a little they're ranked higher than we are. I know that, but not
Right.
substantially, not substantially
I was like, really?
higher.
I was like, they're higher than us. Shocker.
They're right, not substantially higher. And then I think Tech is capable of forcing some turnovers, and their running game's not the greatest in the world. They have kind of like a little committee, I think, that they use from what I've seen. And our defense is, we're young at some key positions. The two linebackers are playing great for sophomores. I mean, Jacob Rodriguez, conference player, defensive player of the week for the conference. I think we can force some turnovers. So I definitely think we have a chance to win this game. I just am worried that the defensive injuries, along with they're an electric offense like us. I just think that they're going to have a little too much juice for us Saturday, but I hope to be wrong.
You're probably right. Because I know that Travis Hunter kid doesn't seem to be coverable, and we're not exactly, I'll stop. But they do.
Yeah,
They have some downfield passing. So it wouldn't shock me if Travis Hunter just completely torched our defense. So
our best bet to win the game is to get up at the beginning and then defeat at the Taj and get the
yeah,
running game going and just sort of eating up the clock, that kind of game, in my opinion. And then especially if we can get, like a +2 on the turnover margin. My fear is that Colorado is going to get like a +1 on the turnover margin, and then we're kind of playing their style of football. Although it was the offensive run to pass ratios were roughly even for the two teams, but I do still think he had a great game last week, but I still think there's going to be one of these last three games where Taj just absolutely explodes, and they could hopefully it'll be this one.
I think he's going to have a good game this week. I really do. I honestly think he's going to hit. My gut tells me he's going to get a buck 50 and a couple of touchdowns. And if he does that, we have a very good chance to win.
All right, man, I like it. I hope you're right. And you got anything else you want to add?
No, it's time to end this losing streak of three straight. I'd rather like that to be or three straight incorrectly called. So
Yeah, well, we know, and we got to feel confident that we're going to get at least one more win because Joey Maguire has not lost more than 2 games straight at Tech still. So compare that to the last three regimes. I think all three of those I know all three of those coaches have long more than 2 game losing streaks, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I
We will.
got.
That's all I have too. It's going to be a fun one. Go Tech. Let's pull it off. That would be an amazing Saturday. Again, 2 weeks in a row.
Huge. We'll
All right.
forget all about those couple of losses. They pulled this one off.
It would be huge. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, everybody.